Like, bro, I ain't listening to no mother rap, nigga. Boy, I was me for the ink dried on your contract. Nigga. Was balling for Jay-Z had money. Man, you nigga better not, man, can't no true rap nigga tell me nothing. If you ask me, this is on brand for 50. And then I seen Ross and he dropped this video. Pay attention.
Nigga picture with Rick Ross. You like a hoe. Put your back against the wall and just slide down.
And I'm thinking 50 is asking him to say, yo, you could have did that party with everybody but Rick Ross and kept your relationship with me. Big Meech was balling in the early 2000s in a way that was like unheard of, right? The lifestyle that rappers are living now, Meech lived in, and I think that's important for you to note for later on in the conversation.
To understand, you gotta stop making business personal. Get your money. You don't know these niggas don't know you. And for anybody going against Ricky Rose, let me have this. I've been putting my foot up you niggas asses for the last 15 years. Everything you niggas touch crumble.
Loon, do you think that what happened with 50 Cent was emotional? Remember, 50 Cent is the kind of that feel like you don't get to leave with nothing I gave you. Man, if I give you 15 cents, I'm gonna cost you 50 cents if you leave, man. If I give you $1, it's gonna cost you $5 when you leave now. You might well stay over here and get this, because if you leave, I'm gonna cost you triple what I made you.
Biggest boss, I've been separated myself from these broke niggas because they don't understand the rules to the streets. You understand? Don't know owe you nothing, homie. We don't owe you nothing. Y'all get money together, y'all niggas get money, keep moving. All that extra shit. You niggas don't even have a relationship with your own brothers, nigga. Your own mothers and fathers. How the f you gonna act like you real close with me? Stop all that fake capping shit.
Certain way. Can't nobody make me believe Meech ain't looking at rappers like, yo, I'm creme de la creme. You wanted to be me. Y'all wouldn't even be rapping if it weren't for me. I can see that Meech feel like his influence is so strong is I ain't listening to no rap nigga. Man, can't no rap nigga pull my coattail, man. No rapping ass nigga pulling my coattail, man. I'm 2,500 keys a month. The Fed document, right? I can hear that, but that's without the smut.
Why you think Rose on top? We don't take this shit personal. We getting to the mother money, nigga. Now, Big Meech, February 13th, that concert gonna be off the motherfucking hook. Putting his foot up you nigga asses and leaving it in your motherfucking intestine, nigga.
So for all intents and purposes, 50 Cent is now labeling Big Meech a rat. The same Big Meech he just had the photo op with, the same Big Meech that he birthed his son's acting career. It felt for a moment that he wanted to honor his legacy, celebrate his imprint, uphold his heritage. Felt like he wanted to venerate his contributions, but it was something about the interaction with Ross that sent him down this road. Welcome to It's Up There podcast. I am your active and attractive host for another episode of the coldest podcast in all of the land. Shout out to all my supporters. You know, it's a blessing coming from where we come from to have what I currently have. So I'll be remiss not to say I appreciate you guys for tuning in and rocking with your boy. You know, there's a lot to talk about today. You know, a lot going on in the culture. First of all, I want to do housekeeping. If you are not following us on Instagram, It's Up There podcast page has turned into a community page ran by moderators in Discord. Of course, the focus still will be the podcast, but we also just want to have that as a landing spot for people who think like we think, right? Who appreciate the content we appreciate, and also almost acting as the news. So there is a news element there as well, where we're breaking stories, breaking news. If things are being sent to us from anonymous individuals but can be verified, 9 times out of 10 the people will run the story again, because we are doing a public service at that point. But we always looked at it, or at least I looked at it. You know, I've always looked at it and said, you know, I'm gonna have to build a community, and in building that community, It's gonna take more than just focusing all on Loon, because it's bigger than Loon. Loon is just a face, and I spearhead, and I'm at the forefront. But this is bigger than me. You know, I've learned along the years, man, that you have to find your tribe. And in America as well as abroad, like, you gotta seek that, right? For example, if you grow up and you want to be a scientist, then you have to enroll in classes, enroll in school, enroll in academic activities that'll lead you down that pathway. And so there is where you'll find your tribe doing the things that you would like to do. The problem we tend to have is when I make myself a part of other people's tribe, when I come in with a mindset that cannot be scrambled by these suckers. You see what I'm saying? Right? I deal with these dudes understanding they need deprogramming. They got to be dewormed. These suckers done been put in the blender. They done broke these niggas all the way down to the bare minimum. You see? And I'm standing tall, chin up, chest out. Ain't going for nothing. So it's a different vibration coming from my side. And for the people who are out there that's reading books and searching for information and like having good conversation, nuanced conversation, all things considered conversation, right? That's the place where we are. And so follow us Up There Podcast on Instagram. Also, come to patreon.com. It's Up There Podcast. That's where we post up at with all videos that you won't see on YouTube, you won't see on Instagram, you really won't see anywhere else. Come get us in our full context. And come join the higher ups. You know what I mean? So, you know, all of my people that's, you know, locked in with me, I appreciate y'all. All the higher ups out there, I appreciate y'all. You know, it's a beautiful blessing just to have y'all and to build on it in 2025. I was gonna start the pod with the Grammy talk. You know, Kendrick, Drake, Dr. Dre, Lucian Grainge, Jay-Z, right? It's a trifecta on that side, but the universe is telling me to start with 50 Cent, Big Meech, and Rick Ross. I'm sure there's a lot of people having this conversation, you know, that does content. I'm gonna try to speak to it a little bit myself. I'm gonna have a conversation like whoever's listening to me has some level of understanding of how some of these things work and the parameters, the rules of engagement, and the bylaws of how people interact with each other when they come from the background that we come from. And I know a lot of times in corporate America and people maybe that follow us, some of the simple-minded, maybe the low IQ, maybe the useful idiots, they have some arrested development as to why do I always talk about what we come from and how we came up and the things that made us who we are. And I say to those people, number one, I believe when you come from a walk of life where there are no resources, there will be no assistance, and there is no blueprint, that those that find a way out have a duty to over communicate. I want the people that came from where we come from to always remember that you can come from there and get to where I'm going. And the minute I stop saying that, and the minute I forget that I came and crawled out of that little rut, I crawled out of that. The minute I forget that, then that's me cutting off consideration for an entire category of people that was just like me. And so I have a responsibility to say, hey, man, we come from this, and so that's why this is happening. But we need to shake that, and it's not right? Because I'm going to talk about 50 Cent. And I want people to understand something. Everybody in the street ain't the same. You grew up in the neighborhood and never sold nothing, you ain't like the nigga that sold weed. And you that sold weed, you ain't like the nigga that sold dope. And you dope selling, you ain't like the ones that had heroin. There's an experience in the neighborhood that's catered to whatever pathway that you took inside the neighborhood. So being from the ghetto is one thing, but being the dope man in the ghetto is another thing. Being a gangbanger and selling dope is another, right? Do you understand what I'm telling you? And so that's why I'm always offended when they cast this wide net about street niggas. Because it's categories to this thing. And today we're going to get into a few of them. And so when I speak about my past, I need the simple-minded folks that follow me, listen to me, that's critical of me, that don't understand the game I put down is from God tier, it's king level. When you don't understand that, I need you to exit the room, exit the building, and click off the fucking video. I don't bring my past with me as a burden. I bring it as proof. I bring my past with me as proof to let niggas know I can crawl out the gutter. You can leave me by myself, I'll figure it out. You understand me? I've said it since day one, I ain't gonna never be quiet about it. I'ma figure it out regardless of who clock out the fuck job. It's simple as that, homie. That's not to be arrogant. That just means the infrastructure I built, I understand it's efficient. There's a few cogs I gotta fill up, but it's efficient. Can't nobody on God's green earth do it in the way I do it with what I have, man. It just won't happen. But I'm gonna talk about 50. I'm gonna talk about Ross. I'm gonna talk about Meech. It's a lot to unpack. If you're watching this video, you need to hit like, you need to hit share, and you need to hit subscribe, and you need to let people know and encourage me to continue to do this, because I cannot do this and just interview, right? I cannot even have to do this, brother. But at the same time, I enjoy it when y'all enjoy it. See, it's clear when you talking to me, you're gonna have to hold on to your intellectual honesty. The stupid shit is not allowed. It's not tolerated. I'm always going all things considered. I'm always going God tier, the higher ups, it's up. I'm always fly, get right. I'm always at the top of the mountain speaking. I'm always feeling like we going to the very top of it. And it's okay to have that confidence. But for people who do not know, we are now about to talk about the Big Meech, 50 Cent, Rick Ross situation. If you do not know the back history of Big Meech, he was the creative founder of BMF, which is Black Mafia Family. Its cultural influence was unmatched. Big Meech was balling in the early 2000s in a way that was like unheard of, right? The lifestyle that rappers are living now, Meech lived then, and I think that's important for you to know for later on in the conversation. Demetrius Big Meech is the co-founder of Black Mafia Family, was charged with drug trafficking, money laundering, and running a continual criminal enterprise. His charges was conspiracy to distribute cocaine, violating the Controlled Substance Act, money laundering, operating a continuing criminal enterprise, CCE, under the RICO Act. He was sentenced to 30 years, and he was sentenced in 2008 after pleading guilty. The DEA investigations, called it Operation Motor City Mafia, revealed that BMF had distributed thousands of kilos across multiple U.S. states, including Georgia, Michigan, California, and Florida. They reportedly had 2,500 kilos of cocaine per month at the height of their operation. His brother Terry Southwest T also received a 30-year sentence, but was released in 2020 due to COVID-19 concerns. Big Meech has now been released and is free. And so Big Meech is out, and so he's doing a welcome home concert. And there's a lot of people that's on the bill, in which people are trying to, honor his legacy and immortalize his impact on the culture. Again, if you don't know, you really don't understand, what did Meech give to the culture? There's documentaries out you can go see, but he brought a hustler spirit, taking care of your people. You dig what I'm saying? Making sure everybody balling. Making sure the strippers is eating, making sure, like, anywhere we go, the waiters, everybody eating. We just really having money from different cities. All these niggas getting money. If they repping this shit, these boys is getting it in. He brought that mafia kind of feeling to the black culture. And then he got caught. It's Big Meech, welcome back legacy concert. Lil Baby, Rick Ross, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Kodak Black, 42 Doug, ESTG, Moneybag Yo, Bossman D-Lo, T Grizzly, Babyface Ray, Icewell Vizo, Skilla Baby, Peasy, Payroll Giovanni, YTB Fat, Tay B, Boosie, Young, Scooter, and more artists to be added. Thursday, February 13th. Shout out to the homie AG. I see you on the AG Torn. And so this welcome home party, you see Rick Ross on there, and you see a couple of other artists, but immediately the streets start talking. They say, yo, we don't see G's on there. Then some people say G's, and we don't see 50 on there. And then light bulbs start going off. Not only do we not see 50, we see Ross on there. And we know 50 and Ross scenario. So then people wanted to consider what scenario was Meech in. And then a video with Ross and Meech popped up. Look at this.
February 13th, the Big Meech home benefit concert. It's gonna be iconic. Too many names to list, but let me salute some of the legends. Lil Baby, Boss Man D-Lo, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Ricky Rose. Now, this the first time it's ever been done. Me performing BMF with the icon himself. This shit gonna be special.
Epic.
Get your tickets right now.
I'm back.
And so when you see this video, you know, again, there's rumblings online and people in the streets are talking, but ain't nobody really making it a big deal. They just watching. You know, I think some of the street guys I know making a bigger deal about Jeezy not being there than they are about 50 and Ross actually being there. But it's like y'all forget. First of all, I'm a Cancer, right? And in a minute, we're going to get into the emotional thing that people are saying, yo, 50's emotional, man. Like, it is just business. He shouldn't be worried about that. I get what y'all saying, but 50, I already told y'all, say, when niggas is on the fence, we push them to the other side. Is y'all not listening? Like, do y'all think niggas be joking? When somebody tell you who they are, you better believe them. 50 told you, when niggas on the fence, we push him to the other side. When you come home and get with Ross and you 50 Cent for all intensive purposes, he feels like, yo, I kept your legacy alive. I kept the TV show going, birthed a career for your son. If you ask me, Big Meech is playing a dangerous game with 50 Cent because he still own the life rights, bro. He can take that show. He can now bring up shit in that show that don't paint you in the best light. And you know, maybe Meech gonna play it off, shrug it off like, man, I don't give a fuck. I've been locked up 30 years. I'm out here now. I'm out here now. A lot of them do a lot of time like that. Really don't shit be affected. Them boys be so happy to smell air now. Them boys was behind jail. I be wondering, like I was asking Birdman brother, man, why I be feel like y'all running from about that more. I get it though. Don't nobody want to be in jail, but y'all do out here killing and drilling and man, nigga fiending to get up out of there. Like I asked a Birdman brother who they say was telling. I asked him, I say, man, couldn't nobody feel the energy? You know how you can tell, like they're home, bitch, and crying and shit. That nigga want to go home bad in the month. Like he really done turned into a sucker in here, man. He ain't even took this shit on the chin. He taking it to the heart. Like it's breaking him down. Like I done got calls from the jails, man, with niggas telling me, man, you know, little such and such. Yeah, what up? What that was out here going crazy, man. He in here crying every day. He ain't got no money on the phone. Ain't nobody sending him nothing. He don't do nothing but complain. We done put him off the tier. We keep making him move around, man. All he do is complain in here, man. He in here whining. But a lot of them niggas get out and they don't never go back. Some of my homeboys who in there who don't care, them boys be headed back. You gotta respect what the jail do to a nigga. Huh? A lot of y'all niggas, you ain't respecting that shit. You don't want to be there, but you can't break all codes, man. See what I'm saying? You can't be in there after you done all this shit and then fiending to get out. But nigga, ooh. But you know what? I respect what a coach is with this conversation with Meech and 50 because it's literally split down the middle. If you're asking me, I'ma say in his current form, Meech ain't more powerful than 50. 50 is a powerful nigga, man. Like y'all really gotta understand, 50 a powerful nigga now. Like, you see what I'm saying? I ain't talking about on no street shit. I'm talking about businessmen. Men. I'm talking about men, just men. Powerful men, right? 50 is a powerful man right now. Meech he ain't got his feet up under him yet. And so You gotta remember 50 Cent is the kind of that feel like you don't get to leave with nothing I gave you. Man, if I give you 15 cents, I'm gonna cost you 50 cents if you leave, man. If I give you $1, it's gonna cost you $5 when you leave now. You might well stay over here and get this, because if you leave, I'm gonna cost you triple what I made you. I'm gonna try to bankrupt you, so when you leave, you got to build it all over again. But what 50 had to understand is Meech was Meech before 50 was 50. We'll get to that in a minute. But the conversation remains. Should 50 Cent have felt the way when he seen Big Meech take a video with Ross promoting his concert? That's what rappers do. They gonna give you a drop for your concert. If I'm keeping my intellectual honesty, I'm gonna tell you the truth. 50 Cent reaction wasn't because of the video. The decision was made way before the video, right? He knew that Rick Ross was on the bill before you seen the video. He probably knew that Meech was gonna go with Rick Ross well before you seen a flyer. So it was the decision to even go with Ross that offended 50. But 50 already told you, nigga, if you on the fence, I'm gonna do what? I'm gonna push you to the other side. And so after 50 sees the video and he makes his rounds, the rumblings get loud about, yo, we don't see 50 Cent. And Jesus letting it slide under the radar, but there's conversations out there about Jesus not being on there as well. But then 50 posts this about me. And for my loyal listeners out there, it says, the biggest mistake he ever made was not sustaining the relationship with Tammy Cohen. Her tell-all docu reveals the truth. And he has a picture of a rat, and it says, I think I'm Big Meech. So for all intents and purposes, 50 Cent is now labeling Big Meech a rat, the same Big Meech he just had the photo out with, the same Big Meech that he birthed his son's acting career. It felt for a moment that he wanted to honor his legacy, celebrate his imprint, uphold his heritage. Felt like he wanted to venerate his contributions, but it was something about the interaction with Ross that sent him down this road. Now, if we're going to talk about Tammy Cohen, that's a whole podcast by itself, because what's alleged with Tammy Cohen is some things that I haven't substantiated myself. But there's some allegations about a guy named Cuffy from St. Louis that they're saying that Meech had set up. What's interesting is I believe that there's people out there that don't want to see that about Meech, even if it is the case. And I think Meech understands that, like, yo, I just did all that time, man. I'm not even, man. But there's some people living with the legacy of Big Meech that, like, turned they hustle up. It made them want to take care of all they homeboy, put chains around niggas, buying Benzes and houses in 6 different states, right? It's dudes that the Meech and the BMF thing made them go that route, so they don't even want to hear about the Cuffy. When I seen this with 50 Cent, I said, oh, there go 50. There he go. He done got mad. There he go. He on his rampage, but he going against Meech. And so I'm wondering, like, can Meech's legacy outweigh 50 Cent's influence? See, it's the first time you're going to see street legacy with versus influence. It's never been done before in this way. I believe if Meech's street legacy was one that it wasn't even no conversation about any of the Cuffy shit, I think that's a different thing. Like, the street legacy of Big Meech is unstoppable. If it would have had no mustard on it nowhere, if dudes wouldn't even been saying none of that shit, it's still powerful with the mustard now. That's what's crazy about our culture now. You can still be powerful in our culture because lie on you. You know what I'm saying? Throw the rat word around all the time. It may not be true. And when I saw 50 Cent going at Big Meech over Rick Ross, I imagine that Meech, he don't know how to do this. So he don't know how to go back and forth. He don't know nothing about this shit. And he done saw some of them old niggas ruin their legacy with this internet, bro. This internet started showing, that nigga really. You know, you give your haters something to go off. You dig what I'm saying? The more and more you out there. That's why when you see somebody out there and there's really ain't no hate, you know them boys got to be, like Obama. Yeah, you remember the Republican Party couldn't find nothing on Obama. Yeah, Obama was clean as a whistle, you hear me? So, you're dealing with Meech. I felt like he wouldn't understand what to do. He'll bag out. But I knew 50 and Ross would have a thing. first thing I said was, all right, 50's on brand. This is on brand for 50. People are saying it's emotional. You know, we'll entertain that conversation here in a minute. But if you ask me, this is on brand for 50. And then I seen Ross and he dropped this video. Pay attention.
Take a picture with me, Ross. You like a hoe. Put your back against the wall and just slide down. Curtis Jackson, you more than welcome to bring that Versace Lamborghini to the car show. June 7th, and your little homies. I know them niggas, what them niggas are. Auntie Murder, yeah, I know you got a Toyota Tundra. I know it, I can see it in your face. I want y'all to understand, you gotta stop making business personal. Get your money. You don't know these niggas don't know you. And for anybody going against Ricky Rose, let me have this. I've been putting my foot up you niggas' asses for the last 15 years. Everything you niggas touch crumble. Why you think Rose on top? We don't take this shit personal. We get into the mother money, nigga. Now, Big Meech, February 13th. That concert gonna be off the motherfucking hook. Putting his foot up you niggas' asses and leaving it in your motherfucking intestine, nigga. You know what's going down. Car show bigger than ever. Ricky Rose, the biggest nigga. Biggest boss. I've been separated myself from these broke niggas because they don't understand the rules to the streets. You understand? Don't know niggas owe you nothing, homie. We don't owe you nothing. Y'all get money together. Y'all niggas get money. Keep moving. All that extra shit, nigga. You niggas don't even have a relationship with your own brothers, nigga. Your own mothers and fathers. How the f you gonna act like you real close with me? Stop all that fake capping shit. That's why you niggas ain't got no money. You need a loan, come see the boss. When it's on, come see the boss. If niggas hating, if I ain't said nothing to you, I may want to do something to you, nigga. It's real, Ricky Rose. You looking at a young hustler on pace to get a B. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I want y'all to understand this. It's only great entertainment when you forget it's entertainment. Nigga took a picture with Red Nose. You like a hoe. Put your back against the wall and just slide down. Curtis Jackson, you more than welcome to bring that Versace Lamborghini to the car show. June 7th, and your little homies. I know them niggas, what them niggas are. Auntie Murder, yeah, I know you got a Toyota Tundra. I know it, I can see it in your face. I want y'all to understand, you gotta stop making business personal. Get your money. You don't know these niggas don't know you. And for anybody going against Ricky Rose, let me have this. I've been putting my foot up you niggas' asses for the last 15 years. Everything you niggas touch crumble. Why you think Rose on top? We don't take this shit personal. We get into the mother money, nigga. Now, Big Meech, February 13th. That concert gonna be off the motherfucking hook. Putting his foot up you niggas' asses and leaving it in your motherfucking intestine, nigga. You know what's going down. Car show bigger than ever. Ricky Rose, the biggest nigga. Biggest boss. I've been separated myself from these broke niggas because they don't understand the rules to the streets. You understand? Don't know niggas owe you nothing, homie. Don't owe you nothing. Y'all get money together. Y'all niggas get money. Keep moving. All that extra shit, nigga. You don't even have a relationship with your own brothers, nigga. Your own mothers and fathers. How the f you gonna act like you real close with me? Stop all that fake capping shit. That's why you niggas ain't got no money. You need a loan, come see the boss. When it's on, come see the boss. If niggas hating, if I ain't said nothing to you, I may want to do something to you, nigga.
And so when I seen this video with Ross, I said, oh, that was a smart move. I can't even cap. I was wondering how was Ross gonna address this? Like, how was he gonna come back? Because a lot of people looking at it saying, yo, 50 had a relationship with Meech. He was helping his son, got his story going, keeping it alive. Like, damn, what's that about? But Ross landed on something that made a lot of sense, and that is a part of the industry. Basically saying, don't be in your feelings. These niggas don't know you. These niggas don't go left. He ain't even really honoring Meech with that, if you asking me. He basically saying Meech doing that, it ain't nothing but some money involved in this shit. These niggas don't honor you, nigga. Basically what he's saying to 50. So both of these guys were on brand. 50 showing his emotional side. Ross is trying to stick to the boss side. It don't matter. We do what we want. What these little niggas who don't bother us. That type of vibration. Now, people are asking me, Loon, do you think that what happened with 50 Cent was emotional? And I need people to understand what I was speaking about earlier. Everybody from the streets don't go through the same things in the streets. So if you were just a dude that grew up in the neighborhood but you never hustled, my experience was totally different than yours. And things may be a little bit more dangerous to me than they are to you, even though we grew up next door to each other. When we leave outside of our projects or outside our apartments, what we leave and do dictate our experiences. So we come back to the neighborhood and you just all day been somewhere playing the game and in shootouts on the block. I've been involved in shootouts. He been the nigga shooting at people. I've been the nigga getting shot at. He been the nigga making plays all day. He been the one that they bringing stolen goods to. So the people who grew up selling drugs can identify a dope fiend. The ones grew up stealing think everybody thieves. You see what I'm saying? The ones that grew up hustling think everybody can be hustled. When you deal with 50 Cent and his upbringing, dude almost lost his life. When you come from what we come from, you have expectations on things that expire. And I think that's to a detriment to your emotional well-being. I'm a Cancer and we are emotional, so I can identify with the emotional side of 50 Cent. Sometimes when he reacts certain ways, I know what it's coming from. And you got to forgive me because, again, where we come from, I come from a game where your word is everything. I know everybody say that, right? These niggas be talking, but I come from a game where I had to fly somewhere, drive somewhere, deal with some people, and it's all on our word. Everything is our word. Everything me and this individual got going on is based on a nigga word. I'm gonna leave him $75,000 over here, and he telling me Wednesday there'll be a delivery with my name on it, and I trust that, and I leave that $75K out there. That's all on our word, man. That's all on our word. Or I make a phone call and say, yo, it's here, and a nigga go in his stash and round this money up and bring $250K over there just cause I called him based on my word. I ain't showed him nothing. He ain't saw nothing. Just based on my phone call, he go get $250K and meet me at some corner store in the neighborhood. So I come from a place where my word hold value. So if I say I got you, I'm gonna look out for you. I'm gonna help you. I mean that. That's why you don't see people with me. Because if they with me, I got them like I got me. And that go for every part of them. So I don't play around with that. You see what I mean? And so think about 50's life. You dealing with a man that been shot 9 times in his neighborhood. The thing about our emotions is they drive results. They drive results. Like I can get mad in the interview. I could be in an interview with somebody I don't even feel like being there. Just, you know what I'm saying? But when they challenge me, this nigga think I'm dumb. And that emotion will make me whip out the intellectual handgun and catch a body. You see what I'm saying? But if I don't care and I just, you gotta find a way to turn me on. I don't want people to sit back and act like the emotional response is something that is not tolerated in our environment. When a lot of shit is shaped off emotions, I done been in parties like, yo, man, something don't feel right. Ain't nobody done nothing, don't nobody look no kind of way, nigga ain't turned no right, but it's a feeling. It's a feeling. Emotions is feelings, so it's a feeling that make me say, yo, let's dip, man. Something don't feel right. These niggas looking up, these niggas mug and they broke, these niggas, right? And so again, when you come from a certain environment, these emotional reactions have driven results. So I want to hold some space for 50 Cent because he's already told you guys that if you on the fence, we'll push him to the other side. Now, where I do think 50 made a miscalculation that, and we tend to do it, and it really hurt a nigga heart. I think he miscalculated personal loyalty and professional strategy. Big Meech is running a play. Big Meech is being strategic with his relationships And I'm thinking 50 is asking him to say, yo, you could have did that party with everybody but Rick Ross and kept your relationship with me. But you have to remember, Big Meech looking at rap a certain way. Can't nobody make me believe Meech ain't looking at rappers like, yo, I'm creme de la creme. You wanted to be me. Y'all wouldn't even be rapping if it weren't for me. I can see that Meech feel like his influence is so strong is I ain't listening to no rap nigga. Man, can't no rap nigga pull my coattail, man. No rapping ass nigga pulling my coattail, man. I'm 2,500 keys a month. The Fed document, right? I can hear that, but that's without the smut. But I can hear him going with that. Like, bro, I ain't listening to no mother rap nigga. Boy, I was me for the ink dried on your contract. Was balling for Jay-Z had money. Man, you nigga better not, man, can't no two rap nigga tell me nothing. That's how, if you ask me, that's how Big Meech looking at it. That's if you ask me, and that go for 50 Cent or whoever else you think you can name. Because again, Big Meech was balling when Diddy and them needed a loan. When Jay-Z and them was just not coming up. But even deeper than that, I want to talk about personal loyalty and professional strategy. And why people are emotionally attached to some of these business relationships, right? Because you'll hear some of the niggas pulling out the tricks. That's the game they play. All these niggas emotional. Nah, my nigga, y'all misled a nigga. I thought you with a nigga. I thought we was really on the same page, and we wasn't. A lot of the people that's pulling the tricks, they have a supreme understanding on how people view a man crying or a man seeking resolution, right? A lot of times they think that makes you look weak, but if you ask me, to be vulnerable is powerful. To say I've been lied to and let down and sent down the wrong road, if you ask me, is powerful, because that means I don't give up. That just means this is my current position, and watch me work it. Watch me do it. But part of the reason why black men are emotionally attached to these business relationships is because people are being deceptive. Let's call a spade a spade. It'll be a scenario where they'll act like that. Yo, I ain't know him like that. Why you expect me to help him? Why he expect me to do this in that form? Where it's like, bro, you were promising gold and give a nigga silver, and then act like a nigga got no right to ask about the gold you promised him. And so we come from a culture where Jay-Z had called it La Familia. And then you got people like Benny Siegel that'll say in 2004 he needed Jay-Z to sign off for him to get out of jail, and Jay-Z wouldn't do it because it's business. But if you ask Benny Siegel, I signed this La Familia, it's Rockefeller for life. Or we'll call it, Diddy'll call it Bad Boy for Life, and Jay-Z, man, stole my publishing. I ain't got none of my publishing. But it's for life, but it's family. It's a united front. And so the illusion that's being sold in black culture is part of the reason why people are emotionally involved in business relationships. One thing you know about Lucian Grange, he ain't gonna call you family. Universal ain't gonna make it seem like you family. Universal ain't gonna tell you this my homeboy, this my brother, this somebody I want to see do good. They gonna say whatever the business is, But a lot of niggas eat with the family shit because he get the most out of the product. You lead with the family and the homeboy route because he get the most out the mother product. All they want is the rap, believe it, and give them less and less. You will take a chain from your cousin when you really need publishing. But it's my family. These young men will take a chain and watch a car because it's their family, it's their homeboy. We family. Won't answer your call in 2 years because it's business. But part of the deception that come from black culture is what? We sell it under the guise of one nucleus, of one family. 50 Cent then went and posted about Meech Moore. And he referenced Lil Baby. And I guess they said Lil Baby pulled up on Meech and didn't give him nothing. I don't care who you don't get no money from me no more. I was talking to my homeboy, like my family in the feds. I'm like, yo, when you get out, you know, it ain't about giving them 30 grand, 40 grand. He can go buy a brick and a half. Man, look, man, nigga need to give you a parking lot that's making $5,000 a month. There you go. That's something you can work on, give you something to do, some legal money, not enough to run off and go see the plug that's gonna put you right back in the trick bag. But I don't get no money away to no more. And also, Big Meech ain't no charity case. If Big Meech is who Big Meech said they is, he don't need no money from no little baby or nobody else. He don't need no pulling up with no money. You know what I'm saying? If you really who you like, I ain't pulling up with no money on no nigga. You really who you say you is, and I didn't know you like that. If I knew you, that's a different thing. I ain't know you like that. I just respect your hustle. I'm gonna pull a push up on you, show you some love, show you I'm aligned with you, see what you got going. I'm gonna pop out for you, make you some money, but I ain't giving you my money. You know what I mean? What y'all be expecting? No charity case. Need donations around this bitch or what they saying about it. You know what I mean? I don't really understand it. But it say enough for bro to pull up. Bro pulled up, showed his respect. You dig what I'm saying? And it seemed like you gonna pop out for him. Like I don't know, but again,
50. The number you had down has been disconnected. What the fuck? 50 was. Hold on, wait. 3 weeks ago, shit was just good. 50, what's going on?
Doing what? I get paid to snitch now, nigga. It's really classified. I can't even really talk about this shit, my nigga. Oh my god. I don't really tell you because you my boy. But don't fuck with me. You see what I did to Roger. You seen what I did to Roger. 40 years. He had 40 years? 40 years. You didn't want to sign that plea? 40 years. Man. Don't fuck with me. 40 and know what you get with me. Bro, you happy about giving me? Nigga, you know how much money they gave me for that? How much? $200.
you know the rules is paperwork. Paperwork do gotta be showed. You know, 50 ain't put no paperwork up. I don't think it's no paperwork out there. I think what they saying is, you know, a guy in St. Louis got set up by somebody and they mentioned Meech and Meech told him something, right? You got to look into it. If somebody got some real work out there or got something going on, you know, I'm sure to make his way to us and we'll look at it. But, you know, it pissed 50 Cent off. But one thing about Rick Ross, you know, the rat thing don't work on Rick Ross because he was a correctional officer, but respect dude hustle. It's like no matter who he go up against, you got to deal with. He got that hustle card on y'all that respect all in America, all through the ghettos. They one thing about that Rick Ross though, he know how to get some money, and you know how they do in the ghettos for money. Like if you got a little money, look over a few things. Yeah, they money make a look over a few things now. Look over a few things like a supervisor. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't. So the rat shit don't work on Ross. With Meech, he's trying to undermine Meech. Again, this is street legacy versus influence. I mean, who do you think wins, legacy versus influence? I'm not sure. But I don't want people to sit back and act like that. You know, in our culture, we don't exploit those emotional responses and emotional experiences, and they're interwoven in our culture. You know, niggas emotionally weak. They've been through hell. Niggas is really broke down. They just strong and keep it moving, but niggas broke down emotionally. Niggas been let down. Them been forgot about. Everybody wants something. Niggas want to be forgave. You know what I mean? So much going on. Done committed sins that niggas. Right, it's a lot that's wrapped up in the black experience, especially when you get to make it to the other side.